Hello, everyone. Random day again, random day again. Anyway, this is what to expect, I guess, in summer with me. It's not so easy managing time with the kids and, doing a million things during the day. However, today I was really inspired. I was like, I gotta do this because I was like, so this is how it's gonna start. I was filing my daughter's nails. And I noticed, and it's a strange example, but just go with it, okay? So I was filing my daughter's nails, and I enjoy doing my own nails on my own. It's like a meditative state. It's just a hobby. So I was filing her nails, and as I was filing her nails, she would like hold her hand up for me and like really stress her fingers and try to control what her finger does. And I kept saying, relax, just let it all go, let it fall in my hand so that I can manipulate it the best way to file it correctly. And as I noticed myself doing that, I immediately received this information, or I could see clearly how a lot of times life wants to take over, wants to provide us with the things that we desire. So let's use my daughter's nails, for example. She really wanted me to file her nails because when she tried, she couldn't get it done and it was not working well. So she wanted to give me that. She asked, could you file my nails? But there was some kind of tension and control in the fingers, right? Still needing to manage her body so that I can do it. But there was still an attachment. And it's the same thing when we ask Source to take something over. We ask the divine creator of all. We ask God, just help me through this. Take this over. Make it easy. Do it for me. I don't have the power to do it. I've done my human stuff. I've already tried out as a human from a human domain. And now I'm asking Source to take over, my higher self to take over, the angels, whatever. Something beyond my human understanding. And that's what we do. We still hold on to it though. We're still waiting. We're still tense. We're still efforting. There's still tension in the body. And it's really interesting to see how the body really moves and works. So it feels like we're constantly in a state of control and survival and thinking that we're afraid of the future, afraid of the now, afraid of everything. So we need to control. Like we have to control how we feel. We have to control what we think of. We need to control how we are perceived to others, perceived to the world. There's always a sense of it's like a tension. It's a contraction. It's a what is it called? It's this feeling, when you crunch your wrists together, don't you feel everything is holding your there's a tension everywhere. And I feel that we walk around life in that state of tension. So even when life tries to take over and to help and guide us, like me filing the nail, where if the finger's a lot looser, I can manipulate it in all the directions in which I can file it correctly, right? Or the best way possible. And that's the same way with Source. It's like, okay, you asked, now just let go. Let go of holding on to that thought. Let go of needing it to happen the way you want to. Relax the tension in the body. Let it just be. As I'm saying this, I'm understanding clearly that because we've been brought up to believe that life is tough, life is hard, life needs effort, responsibility, and you have to run after what you want and get it and fight for it. And it's just so aggressive and so 3D, let's say 3D, dense. It's like walking through sinking sand and trying to walk through it. It's like so hard. And yet the illogical part, the part that we haven't been programmed, which is just trust and release and let go and let life take over. Follow the nuggets of life. Let life unfold. Let it be easy. Life isn't supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be easy. Our internal world is supposed to be easy. So how about instead of having to walk and push through the mud or the muck, right? How about we just allow the water to push us forward and a little backwards if we need, and forwards and a little backwards, and we just go with it and we take a few steps. You know, just think of it as moving with the waves, with the power of the ocean, that liquid smoothness, that simplicity, that ease. It's like, you know, even when you're swimming and you think you're going to drown, they tell you the more you try to not drown and fight against the water and fight against everything, the more you try to save yourself, the heavier you become, the more tense you become, you start to drown. The more you let go and allow life and the water to take over, you tend to float, or you tend to manage life better. It's a different way of doing things. It's a different way of experiencing life, because we have all been taught about effort, drive, go, motivate, drive. And it hasn't been working. If anything, it's made everyone angrier, more depressed, lots of anxiety, lots of sadness, just emotions have been erupting. There's no peace of mind, there's no ease, there's no trust in the divine, there's no trust in life. So we've gone really far away from the middle ground, from the ease of life, from trusting that we are taken care of, from letting go of our fingers while we're getting nail filed and just letting the other person take care of it as they know better. So it's like letting go and letting Source take over, because Source knows best, right? We don't have to do it all on our own. We don't have to ever do anything all on our own. I mean, I believe that our souls, our essence, our higher selves wrote down the milestones of this path and this journey. And whatever we're facing, we chose on a soul level. And that's what we're doing. And if we let go and just allow that soul path to show up and to take us, ease kind of finds its way in grace. Because we're not holding on, we're not resisting, we're not arguing with ourselves. See, the thing that kills us all, the thing that causes us so much stress and pain, is that we believe we are in charge of everything, that we are in control of it all, right? And yet we're in control of nothing. Really, we are not in control of anything. We get inspired, intuitive nudges, and we move forward, right? And then we take a break, and we notice the next step, and the next step, and the next step. We may have a goal and a dream that we desire, yet the more we latch onto it for our worth and our value, and we try to hold on and say, God, make it work, Source, come on, make it work. And you're holding on, you're all tense. Source can't move you. You're like a block. You're like a mountain that ain't moving, you know, an impossible rock to carry. It's like so hard to keep shoving you and moving you in directions, unless you're like liquid, fluid, ease, like the leaves on the trees. The wind comes, it moves. It's still grounded, but it moves. Right? It's easy. It goes with the flow. We need to learn how to go with the flow. And the way to do that is to understand that whatever we are feeling inside, right? It doesn't mean that we have to do something to get rid of these feelings. These feelings are showing up because they just are. Because they need to be purged from inside of us. Because they need to be released. They are showing. I'm not saying it's comfortable. It is not comfortable. Tell you, I promise you, it is not comfortable to sit with your feelings. It isn't. However, it is the way in which you can find your ease with life. It's like, I'm meant to feel sad today. This is the experience I'm having. So be it. It is sadness right now. Right now it's happiness. So be it. It is happiness. These are experiences, and I'm allowing them to just happen as I go with the flow with them, as I allow Source to go through me, as I allow my essence to move through life. I will be moved. I will allow Source to take over. If you desire something, request the guides and angels, call on your whoever helpers in the universe, call on Source and say, I need your help here, take this over, bring in this, do this, and then let it go. Let it go means you know that it's happening, you trust it's being taken care of, it's not according to your specific timeline, because 3D density takes longer for things to happen, or a split second. The easier you let things go, the faster it happens. You let it go, even if internally you're like, I'm waiting for it to happen. What am I supposed to do? Sit with that feeling, because that's the one that needs to be purged right now. And let that be the flow you're in. So being with the flow doesn't always mean like, I'm so happy, oh la la, I'm floating on a cloud. No, that is not the flow. The flow simply means whatever you are feeling in any given time, you're going to flow with it. So if it's anxiety, you're going to be like, even though I'm anxious, I'm cool with this feeling. Even though I'm stressed, I'm cool with this feeling. Even though I'm worried, I'm cool with this feeling. This feeling can exist. That is what going with the flow means. Going with the flow is whatever state you are in can and is allowed to exist. Allowed to exist. There's no self-blame and hate and tension in the body. Oh, I shouldn't be feeling angry. I shouldn't be feeling stressed. I shouldn't be worried. Worrying is really, really bad. I should stop worrying or then nothing will happen. Not true, because now you're worrying about being worried. It's crazy, right? But if worry shows up and you're in that worry state, and trust me, I've been in this crazy energy, and especially that Venus is retrograding in Leo. So it's going to be insane in a few days, and I'm already feeling the energy shift and the new moon in Cancer. So a lot is happening. In general, whatever is showing up is meant to show up. This is your, you ask for something, source fulfills. Doesn't fulfill it the way you expect it to. Your human egoic mind wants it to look like. It is showing up in a way because maybe that thing can't show up until certain things are purged and released. Maybe your victim state, the state of a victim, you're always the victim of life, victim of others, need to be released. So you're going to feel really victimized. And you're going to be like, I'm allowed to feel like a victim. It's okay if I'm a victim. Even if I feel like a victim, I love and accept myself. First of all, is acknowledging that you're feeling like a victim. You got to acknowledge it. You got to know it. You got to name it for yourself. I am feeling this way. And then you accept it. You don't say, well, I'm not a victim of life. I've never been a victim. Like, don't fight against it. Just be like, fine. Right at this moment, the experience I am feeling is being a victim, is being sad, is being worried, is being anxious. Here it is. Here I am. I'm experiencing it. It's going to pass. But for now, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to fight against it, because why am I fighting against it? Why do we fight against our feelings? They're showing up and they're there. They're there anyway. So we fight against them or not, they're still there. They don't disappear and say, oh, she's fighting against me. Goodbye. I'm going to leave. No, they keep showing up over and over again. Why? Because they want to leave. They want to be seen. They want to be accepted to be there so that they can just move on. You could just go, burp, 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 I move on, right? So what's important is the resistance, to relax on the resistance. How do you know if you're in resistance? You will feel the tension in your body. You will notice that your thoughts are going on and finding solutions, or blaming yourself, or judging you, or judging others, or comparing. Like, you'll notice there's a lot of tension. Your whole body is starting to tense up. Your mind is tense. You can't see straight. You can't make right decisions, right? That's how you know you're in resistance to how you are feeling, or how someone made you feel. You're in resistance to a feeling that is arising within you. It's you that it's showing up for you to see. That is what means go with the flow. It is very hard times. All the light workers, the empaths, the healers, it is not an easy time for us because we feel deeply. We sense so much. We even, and a lot of times we feel others more than we feel ourselves, right? And it's important to recognize the difference between someone else and me. And also recognize that I'm feeling what I'm feeling, and that's okay. It too shall pass, like everything else passes. Unless I hold on to it, I try to solve it, to fix it, I judge myself, I've done all this healing work and I'm still unable to get over worry. No, who cares? Who's running after you? Is there someone with a whip running after you to, like, you're not supposed to worry anymore? Not supposed to feel sad anymore? There's no one running after you. There's no specific timeline or deadline. Why are you so concerned with getting rid of worry and anxiety at this moment? Yeah, because they feel like crap. But they only feel like crap because we hold on to them and we give them meaning. But they can mean nothing, and it's just an emotion that wants to show up and leave. That's all it is. So what if we just sit there? Be there. Allow it to do what it needs to do. Even if it takes really long, that is fine. Just say, I'm experiencing sadness, and it's been God knows how many hours or days, and it's fine. You'll notice it wasn't always just in a straight line of sadness. And that is what going with the flow is, because the energies that are taking place right now on the planet, honestly, they're so intense. And there's so much that's going to show up internally. And please know you are not alone. I am not free of this either. I am sitting. I just know the techniques, or I know what to do with them, but it doesn't mean that I'm free of worry and stress and concern. I feel them for however long they need to be felt. Sometimes it's a few minutes, sometimes it's an hour or two. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is just an experience I'm having, and I allow it to be there. I'll mope around and just be sad until all of a sudden something shifts and changes, but not because that's what I'm looking for. Not looking for it to shift and change. I'm accepting that that is the state I'm experiencing right now because something in my body needs to be released. That is what going with the flow means. Going with the flow, that's what it means. And you can use affirmations like, I believe in myself and allow myself to feel whatever I want to feel. You can also stretch your arms out, breathe in, breathe out. You could relax your nervous system as you accept the emotions, as you accept the flow, because all this is Source. Source is taking care of you. Source is doing all this for your highest and best good. So when we push against it, it's like Source is like, just go here, trust me, just feel what you feel, go with the flow. All this is life happening, but you in the middle of the storm need to find your serenity, and you cannot, with all this pent-up energy blocks inside of you. Anything that comes near you is touching your wounds, and it's hurting you and causing you a lot of anxiety and a lot of pain, and you're like this rock in the middle of the ocean that will not move. And I want you to be a pebble. I want you to be a leaf. I want you to just, as you keep extracting those emotions and allowing them to flow out of you, the easier it is to just go on your true life path, on that life path that our souls decreed for us. That's why we're here. Is this all making sense? I hope it's making sense. I think that's all I had to say for today. So hold strong. There's a lot of energy changes. Empaths really, really, really go into, I'm going to talk about boundaries very soon, because this was one of the ones I was going to talk about today, but this showed up more intensely. Just take care of yourselves. For now, tap into how you're feeling about you before you take any decisions or say yes to anything just because that's the pattern. That's the people-pleasing pattern. Take a break. Take it easy on yourself. Go with the flow. Let what you feel be felt. Let what you think be thought, and just know these are thoughts. Let life do its thing. Request and ask divine intervention. The veils have really thinned. Ask divine intervention. Ask divine to take care of it, not on your timeline, right? And you just do you. You work through you as God takes care of everything else. That's the best advice I can give at this moment in time for everyone. And if you're feeling alone and you're trapped in your emotions right now, it's okay. It's very okay. You are loved. You are safe. You are truly not alone in what is happening right now to everyone, right? Especially those who are on the spiritual awakening path, especially those who are getting attuned to their spirituality and waking up to the truth of who they are. There's a lot of gunk in there that's coming out. And now the energies are so intense. So my heart is with you all. Let's all hold loving space for each other. Let's all pray for humanity. Pray for yourself. Pray for humanity to ease and release with grace and love and peace and joy. Okay? And don't forget to breathe as often as you can. Remember, breathe in deeply, breathe out through your mouth. Oh, use sound, and just allow yourself to be available for this journey on earth. I love you all. Please don't forget to press like, make the heart, maybe give me a hug, leave your comments if you have questions. Tell me how this energy is feeling for you. Have you been feeling something for the past week or two and now it's getting more intense? What are the emotions that you're dealing with right now? What are the things that are showing up that you're having a hard time accepting? Let's share, let's commute with each other. We need one another now. We all need to know we're not alone in this. So sharing and being part of this experience that we're on, this planet, while it shifts so intensely, is really important for us to gather together, to be aware, that others are going through this too. You're not alone. I love you all deeply. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on another live. Big kiss, big hug, and bye.